weeks of my life, like just getting set up with a nice context model for my Rhino modeling. And as you saw, Hypar has this inbuilt notion of a location function where all I need to do is type in an address and I get, immediately a 3D location with buildings and context and all of this. And, this can be a real pain, even with plugins and stuff. It's still just like a lot of work to get your context all set up and make sure that it's scaled and oriented the way that you want it. So I'm going to go ahead and use this location function. And I'm going to go grab a site in, let's go to downtown Seattle. I was just there visiting some friends. So let's go to like Rainier Tower in Seattle. This is actually a project that I worked on back when I was a designer, and now it's modeled in such a way that it shows up pretty nice here in Hypar. And so if I wanted to start, working on a project here and I wanted to set it up in Rhino, I can actually utilize this model direct in Rhino. So far the examples we've shown have brought stuff from Rhino into Hypar, but it also works the other way. So I am going to take advantage of my demolition zones, and I'm going to go ahead and sort of carve out a site for myself. Let's do that. Let's just take something like this. And then I'm going to go ahead and download this model and bring it into Rhino. Now, in order to do this, you'll need a copy of the new Hypar plugin for Rhino, which you can get on the package manager. On Rhino 7 or Rhino Mac, you can type package manager and just search for Hypar. On Rhino 6, you probably have to type test package manager, but this should show up just the same, and you can install the Hypar for Rhino plugin. And what this will allow you to do is take exports from.
Okay, this is a quick overview of how to build a small basic structure on Hypar. Start here by creating a new workflow, just your new sheet that you can build anything off of. And then the first thing we'll do is we use these functions and we add them into our workflow, and that lets us create a basic structure. Okay, now we have all these basic functions created over here on the left side. And once we add and actually draw the building, the rest of these will just kind of pop up with it. Next, we're actually going to draw the building. We can always go back and edit the shape. And now we have a building over here, and we can adjust everything over here on the side, like our height, just random, our foundation. We built a foundation in it. Our site needs to be offset just a little bit so we can see it. We can add some trees to our site. And how thick the trees are. Levels to add different floors to the building. Our facade, which controls our glass walls. And lastly, our roof. Change the color on that, we can see a little better. You can use this little eyeball at any point to hide anything so you can see it better. And there we go, we have a little building, a little site in the middle of the university. You see our foundation below, the map around it, our trees. Zoom in, you can actually see our glass curtain walls there, our levels. On top, if we hide elements, you'll be able to see the levels. And that is a basic, really quick view on how to create a structure using Hypar.